Good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Don't forget to follow me on Parler at Jericho Green, the new app Parler. Well, not new to me. App called Parler at Jericho Green. Give me a follow. Everything I upload here, I upload there, and a few extra tidbits. And you can still get your green gear, all the green gear. I have brand new designs just uploaded yesterday because sometimes, no matter what the situation is, you have to ask yourself or another person involved in the situation, what are you going to do? Whether it's something minor, like making a minor decision, not life-threatening, not life-altering, what are you going to do? Or if it is a major decision that you have to make that is life-altering, that could change the scope of your life, eventually you're going to come to a point where you have to ask yourself, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? So that's my new t-shirt, hoodies, whatever, but that's my new merch. I was sitting around thinking about it. I was talking to somebody. I was like, you know what? That needs to be a shirt. So as soon as I get a sample, I will show you what it looks like. I will be wearing it just like the new sweet and sour sniffles. Got the Chinese takeout container there because China is trying to take us out. So again, I ask, what are you going to do? 25% off all green gear. The new promo code is bye-bye 2020 because 2021 has much better things in store for us. 25% off all green gear. Promo code bye-bye 2020, all caps. So, another empty suit, another politician is doing what they want to do while they tell us to do what they want us to do. We can't do what we want. We can't get together in our groups. We can't go here and can't go there because of what they tell us. But them? No. That's a whole different set of rules, if there are any rules at all. They do what the fuck they want. Forget the gander. It's all about the goose. So, an LA County supervisor named Sheila Cool, is Keuhl. Cool, I don't know. Sheila. Call her Shayla. Shayla, mate. So Sheila, she is an LA County supervisor, and she was one of the 3 out of the 5. It passed 3-2 to stop outdoor dining. Matter of fact, starting, I believe, Wednesday, LA County is going on another lockdown, meaning they're going to cut down the capacity of certain businesses. They are allowing outdoor churches and protests to continue. Wow, imagine that. I'm glad to hear that they're not going after churches. They even said the supervisors and leaders of LA County even said that protesting is that going to church is a constitutional right, and they're not going to fuck with it. Gee, thanks. So starting Wednesday, they're going on the lockdown, all the same shit, non-essential businesses. They don't want you getting together with anybody outside of your household. They do want you to wear masks outside, even if you're exercising. How stupid that shit is. They want you to wear a mask outside in the open fucking air. Let's see, Mother Nature or humans? I'm going to go with Mother Nature. I think she can handle shit outside. My little piece of handkerchief or worn out dirty cloth ain't gonna do shit. So anyway, that's what their lockdown is going to be. Good news, the LA County Sheriff is saying that they're not going to enforce the new lockdown regulations, and they go on until December 20th. Thank you for allowing us to have Christmas. Exalted leaders, I bow before you and avert my gaze. So the lockdown is over on the 20th. LA County Sheriff said they're not going to enforce it unless the case is extreme. They're going to allow, check this out. I know this is weird. We haven't heard this in a while. Sit down if you need to. But they're going to allow the citizens of LA County to make their own decisions. That's right. They said they're going to allow us to assess the situation and act accordingly. They're going to let us be grown-ups. So shout out to the LA County Sheriff for that. But they're on a lockdown. So Shayla, remember the Shayla, man? She's the county supervisor. She got busted dining at an outdoor restaurant, coming only hours after, remember the vote I told you about 3-2? She was one of the 3 that voted to stop the outdoor dining. So why is she dining outdoors? Even after saying that outdoor dining in restaurants are the most dangerous spreaders of the sweet and sour sniffles, aka COVID-19, aka the coronavirus. So that's the most dangerous of spreaders, but you were outside helping the spread. You were eating outside because she was saying how the servers, they're not protected from us and all the people they come in contact with over the many hours of their shift, and it's just not a good idea. But you were doing it. She was at her favorite Italian restaurant. How many of you have wanted to go to your favorite restaurant, but it's only takeout? You can't sit outside. You can't dine al fresco or al fresca. Which one is it? I don't know. One of them, you can't eat outside. But she got to go eat outside at her favorite Italian restaurant. Now, of course, her people, her handlers, released a statement saying that, well, the new lockdown orders haven't taken effect yet, not until Wednesday. So we're still in the clear. Yeah, you are, but you told us that dining at restaurants is the most dangerous spreader. So even if the rules say you can, maybe you shouldn't do it if that's the most dangerous way to spread the dreaded sweet and sour sniffles. So which one is it? Is it the most dangerous, and it's so dangerous that you voted to stop it, but you figured, shit, let me go ahead and get my last outside dining at my favorite Italian restaurant? Maybe you should have abstained from that. Maybe you shouldn't have gone. Remember what Gavin Bang Your Wife Newsom said when he got caught at that restaurant, French Laundry in Napa? Remember? He said, I should have turned around and went back home and set a better example. So maybe you should have done the same. But it's all bullshit. And speaking of Gavin Bang Your Wife Newsom, he's eyeballing another statewide lockdown because of all these spikes, all these unprecedented numbers. Now in LA County, they've had 400,000 cases of positive tests of the sweet and sour sniffles, 7,000 deaths. There are 10 million people in LA County. 10 million in LA County. That's a quarter of the state's population in one county. California's big. The state of Indiana could fit inside of San Bernardino County, which is nothing compared to LA County. 10 million people, 400,000 infections, and just because you get infected doesn't mean you're going to die. Hence the tiny number of 7,000 people dead, which is terrible. I'm sure those 7,000 families are still hurting, but I'm just going by the numbers. 10 million people, 400,000 infections, only 7,000 deaths. The state of California has 40 million people in it, documented. 40 million people. Out of that 40 million, only 2 people, oh no, let me say that again, let me run it back. Out of that 10 million, only 2 people have died from the sweet and sour sniffles under the age of 18. Only 2. So please tell me, explain it to me like I'm a little tiny kid. Why are our schools still closed? Oh, because of the super spreading. The schools would, no, they wouldn't. And even if they spread, only 2 people under the age of 18 out of a population of 40 million have died from this shit. So again, I ask, why is my kid still sitting in front of a laptop. By the time our kids are allowed to go back to school, they are going to be certified computer technicians. You know how many hiccups, how many snags we've hit with these fucking laptops? My daughter could damn near fix them all herself. So we're going to have a bunch of little computer programmers when we're done with this shit. Because of all the stuff they've had to learn how to fix, all the stuff they've had to learn how to do from being on these laptops all day. And they're failing. These kids are hurting. The numbers are crazy. Their scores are going down. Kids aren't learning. More kids are failing. You know why? Because they need to be in school where teachers teach. Not this weird jumble of purgatory. This corner of the living room is my school, but the rest of it is my house, and my toys are right over there, but I can't touch them because I'm supposed to be in school, and my mom is my teacher, and my dad's my teacher, but my teacher's not my teacher because we're not allowed to be in school. Do you hear how stupid this shit sounds? This is what our kids are dealing with, even though only 2 of them under the age of 18 have died as a direct result of the reason that they're out of school. Huh? How the fuck does that work? Even Mayor de Blasio in New York City has bent to the will of those pesky people he calls his constituents. You know, those roadblocks to perennial power. Us. They said, put our kids back in school. So this dumb lurch-looking fucker is going to put the kids back in school. Thanks, man. So hopefully the parents of California can get the same results from our dumbass elected leaders. And I use that word as loosely as humanly possible. Verbally possible. Whatever. Our kids need to be in school. Our businesses need to be open. We need to take a page from the LA County Sheriff and allow people to assess the situation and act accordingly. Remember that? Give us the information, we digest and decide what we want to do according to our families and our lives. Not you locking down our fucking cities for nothing. For absolutely nothing. So we'll see. We'll see if we get plunged into another statewide lockdown. And remember, like I always tell you kids, California and New York are petri dishes for what's going to happen to the middle of America. If you're in the middle, keep your eyes on the coast. So, the other day I did a video on that ridiculous horse shit, having that girl be the first. Now I know she's not the first girl to kick in college. She's the first girl to kick for like an FB5, whatever that shit is. But she's the first girl, I guess, to kick for a major school. The point is, you saw the bullshit kick that she did, the 30-yard kick, when the average is 66 yards for a kickoff. Not to mention it goes like 100 feet in the air. Her kick was like, it almost hit somebody in the head. It was like 6-7 feet off the ground. It was terrible. If a man were to do that, he would have his position removed. He'd be fired from the kicker spot. But because it was a girl, and she's out here playing with the boys, she's out here doing her fucking Rosie the Riveter, so we gotta act like it's some major shit. Well, the beat goes on. So, not only did they fire the coach, I think they were hoping this would take the attention away from him getting fired. Of course, he's black, so they try to make it racial, but they fucking suck. Vanderbilt is 0-8. That means they have 0 wins and 8 losses. They've lost every game they played. This game that this girl kicked in, they lost 41-0. They suck. That dude's been in his spot for 5 or 6 years. He sucks. Get out of here. You think if he's winning, they give a shit? But he's not. He got fired. They were hoping it would go under the radar under this bullshit. Not only did they have this girl out here playing with the boys, which she shouldn't have, kicking like shit, they made her co-SEC Player of the Week. Tell me the last time somebody in a particular position in sports could do that bad and get player of the week. Never, because you're not good enough. Ladies, when are you going to get mad at this shit? Feminists, when are you going to get mad at this shit? They're saying you could be subpar, be half as good as a man, and still get patted on your head. Good girl. All right. Look at you. Why don't they hold you to the same standard? So when you do succeed, you can say, I did it just like you boys did. You can't. Because you're getting player of the week for kicking a ball 30 yards, 7 feet over people's head. You do know on a kickoff, you get a running start. She got a running start and kicked that ball 30 yards. That is dog shit. Every player on the sideline would be smacking him upside his head when he got off the field. That was terrible. But if you're a girl, hey, that's the best thing we've ever seen. Why are you not mad at this? And here we go. Here is the worst part. At halftime, this girl who shouldn't be on the team because she's not qualified. She's only been practicing with the team since Tuesday. They could have picked her out of a fucking lineup before Tuesday. And at halftime, before she went out there and did that bullshit, she lectured the team. Yes. She was telling them how they need to be cheering each other on. You guys aren't excited enough. You need to be pumping each other up. What we do on the girls' soccer team is this. You need to do the same. I'm calling you guys out. These are quotes. This is what this girl told these fellas that have been getting their ass kicked for 8 weeks. Can't look their fathers in the eye. They suck so bad. They've been getting yelled at by the coach and having to do extra sprints. And you can't do this because you're playing like shit. And you're going to come up in here on some trumped up media stunt bullshit and give us a talking to, give us a tongue lashing. The fucking nerve. Now, let me ask you this, viewers. Whether it's sports, a job, the military, anything. Think to a time that you've been in a group and you've been working hard. You've been busting your entire ass. And you get some motherfucker who hasn't put in half the work you put in. Just think about it, even if it hasn't happened. Some newbie is going to come up in there and tell you what you're doing wrong and what you need to do to improve. The nerve, the unmitigated fucking gall of you to come in here and tell me, you wake me up from a dead sleep and hit me over the head with a frying pan and I'll kick that ball farther than you. Are you kidding me? Sure did. And if those guys stood up and said, hey, fuck you, who do you think you are? They'd be called what? What kind of ist? What kind of phobe? He'd be out there behind a podium apologizing in 2 hours. I'd like to apologize to my family and my teammates. I'm not sexist. I have sisters and a mom and blah, blah, blah. Player of the week. And you had the nerve to lecture these boys. This shit is crazy. This is the world they want us to live in. This is what they want. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Just think of the most fucked up family member you have and them coming to you and telling you what you need to do to fix your life. Man, I wish. What? And these dudes got to sit there and take it. Because they don't want to have their college career destroyed because they're some kind of toxic, masculine, sexist male. You cisgender, sexist male. Stop this shit. I don't want a world where I can turn on the TV to watch college sports and see a girl get put in a wheelchair. I don't want it. But I tell you what I do want. I want to get back in there with my beautiful wife and kids. Because you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit liberal cries. Get your Jericho Green notification tone. Link in the description box. Utilize the PayPal link and the Teespring link to get your green gear. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.